The Manny Pacquiao, he's in Brisbane, Australia. He arrives on Saturday. He's going to be having a welterweight title defense fight against the challenger, Jeff Hunt. You're not interested, right? Yeah, I know you want to talk about Triple G. You want to talk about like
definitely. There are lots of fights happening.
But then you just can't help it. The Senate, I mean, the guy who is in a petition needs to fight him because he needs the money, you know, obviously.
Does he really need the money?
Yes, he does. I think Philippines not as rich as Nigeria.
I think the money he made for the Mayweather fight should be enough to take care of him for life.
I think he's always thinking about charity as well.
And all that.
He gives a lot of his earnings to...
Well, for this fight, the man that has nothing to lose is the challenger.
Of course.
He has nothing to lose.
Absolutely nothing.
You know, I lose to Pacquiao. Hey, expected. I beat Pacquiao. Wow. I get into the main stage and everything. So let's just see how this one goes. I'm expecting Pacquiao to win, but you know, you never know boxing. They say you have a puncher's chance. So one punch could actually...
okay, so let's let you talk about what you want to talk about.
Really? No, I'm going to make him talk about this fight. It's going to be July 2nd, and you're going to watch it.
I'm not promising you that I will watch that.
Canelo, Triple G.
That is the fight. that is the fight.
But you can't call it.
I can't wait for September.
I can't call it. You know why I can't call this fight? Because both men have shown that they can take a punch. They have great jaws, and the power in their punch is something else.
Yeah.
Canelo, young man, you know, his only loss was against Mayweather. He was still, you could call him very young. He was 23 or so when he had that fight. But look at the amount of fight he's had for his age, and his strength. You saw what he did to American, almost removing separating his head from his body. You know, and we saw, we know what GGG is all about. Yeah. Knockouts. So, and this is the fight everybody has been calling for. Please get these two together in the ring. It was going to happen sometime last year. It didn't happen. Earlier this year, it didn't happen. But finally, it's going to happen. This is what people were expecting when Mayweather and Pacquiao were in their prime. You know, for them to have that fight before they drag and had the fight later on the card. This is the point. This is the point where GGG and Canelo should fight, and they are giving us that fight.
The fact that Canelo is a young guy, is it going to be a factor?
No, it's not going to be a factor. Trust me. Triple G.
Because if Triple G loses, a lot of people will say, "No, I hope he fought a younger Triple G."
No. It's not a factor. No, it's not a factor. Triple G is still in his prime. Still in his prime. So it's not. You can't say Triple G has lost it or Triple G is slow and everything. No, and we know Triple G. What he has is his power. His knockout power and everything. And Canelo is also no slouch when it comes to that. So this is going to be
quick reaction because we have to go on break. Very quick reaction. Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather. Is it just about the show?
It's about the show. I think the only way McGregor will win the fight is if Mayweather breaks both hands, which might happen as a result of throwing too much punches on McGregor.
Okay.
And there's no chance for McGregor.
All right. We'll get back to that. Let's go on a quick break. We'll return for more sports this morning. Welcome back. We're on the home stretch now, and let's go straight to the papers. Let me start with Cecilia. What do you have?
I have Sporting Sun here, and of course, Messi is king of football. This is coming from Iheanacho. That's what he's saying, that Messi is king of football. We celebrated his 30th birthday at the weekend, so I understand where that one is coming from. Real Madrid wanted Messi. Okay, they wanted him at that time. Gunners tracked Martial. Really? Mourinho budget £100 million for Harry Kane. Okay.
All right, Chinasa.
Mourinho budgeting 100. If there's any, I think that is actually, if you want to get Harry Kane away from Tottenham, he's 23 years old. He's scoring goals. He's scored over a century of goals. You know you will not get him for anything less than a world record fee.
Yeah.
And he wants him to remain in Premiership. A league he has shown that he can actually do it. Definitely. So we know that any attempt to get Harry Kane, he will bring back. But that man at Spurs, Daniel Levy, he's one of the hardest people to deal with. Yeah. If he doesn't want to sell, he's not selling. There's nothing he will do to convince him. So I think we should think him.
All right.
Okay, after selling Bill, I think they can sell anyone.
All right. Complete Sports, that's the next paper for review, the Monday edition. So let's quickly see. Still talking about Harry Kane, Mourinho wants £100 million, bottom strip. coming from Babangida, why Eagles always struggle against Cameroon. That will make an interesting read. I have a whole lot of stories. Kelechi Iheanacho, top corner there, the West Ham wants the player. Let me allow you, Chinasa, what gets you talking? Interesting, the issue about why we always struggle against Cameroon.
Well, I think we really struggle against Cameroon. We do mostly when it comes to...
well, it's like economic recession, no cash rewards for age grade national teams. That story is on page 9. Messi celebrates his birthday, and the Iheanacho story again still comes.
Let's talk about the fact that you're saying, if you say no cash rewards for age grade national teams, it's quite understandable. Then how would you reward them? That's the question. You know, because a lot of these guys are not in schools. Because if they were in schools, if you take these kids from schools, you say, okay, maybe you know, definitely all your scholarship and everything for all your time in school and everything. So you have to find some way to reward them if they go out and do something, you know, laudable, something that will make you proud. So I think they should. That's
look into that.
Daily allowances, everything, even the daily allowances will also be stopped. That's what is coming from here. Okay.
And maybe the argument is that they are kids. What
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, really? Age grade. They didn't say on the 17. They said age grade. So it could be on the 23, on the 20, on the 17. Don't do that. You can do for on the 17, but not 20.
There should be some sort of incentive.
I think there will be.
There should be some sort of incentive. If you say you're not giving them cash, you should have to look for some sort of
there's a rider here. Said players, coaches, officials get a specified amount if they win.
I think it'll be interesting.
And that's the problem. When it comes to age grade tournaments,
you don't attack the conditions
to win. It's not about winning. If you keep saying if they win, then that's why we keep getting over age cheats and everything. It's supposed to be developmental. That's why you look at this German team. They are quite young. Yeah, you have a sprinkle of old guys that are just making their debuts and everything. But the core of the team is young, and because these guys have been playing,
these guys have been playing. Not Draxler and all that. That's what I'm saying. They've been playing
for a while because of how they came up the system and everything. So if you keep saying, because let's talk about Draxler and the rest of them. The under 20 tournaments they went for, the World Cups and everything, where did they get to, you know? But at the end of the day, they keep churning out these players because the thing is developmental. It is not about winning at that age. It is just to develop these guys.
Okay. All right, Chinasa, I want to thank you for your time on the show.
Always a pleasure.
We hope we'll do this again next week.
Of course we will.
I remember to greet me first next time.
Ladies first.
All right. That's much we can take on the show this morning. Thanks. We'll do this again tomorrow. I'm Yemi Adebayo.
Thank you. I'm Cecilia Amogbe.